Stan Gibilisco here, proprietor and operator of amateur radio station W1GV, Whiskey 1 Good Vibrations. I have another tip for you on choosing any piece of ham radio gear, and that is to look for a product review of the item in QST magazine. You can probably browse online and get product reviews from past issues going way back, and read the product review, and it'll give you some useful information, including a comparison in the more sophisticated cases like full-blown ham radio transceivers, how well the specifications of the actual radio tested in the ARRL lab compare with the claims in the advertisements. A radio has to pass a certain muster in order to qualify for advertising in QST magazine, and that muster is determined in the ARRL laboratory, which I worked in for a time, way back in 1979, I believe it was. I actually wrote a few product reviews, or at least tested some radios and power supplies and other various apparatuses for quality, to see whether or not the thing really did what the advertisers were going to claim that it did. I remember once a power supply claimed to provide 30 amps of current continuously and indefinitely. Well, I guess 12 hours is continuously and indefinitely enough, because that's what I made it do. I made it supply that amount of current for that length of time. As I recall, the power supply did pass the test, but I remember a few that didn't, and I used to carry a piece of equipment smoldering, you could still see the smoke coming up out of the thing, into the advertising manager's office, just bursting with delight at my find and saying, look what I found, here's what this radio does, when we tested it. I remember one time the advertising manager got quite upset with me over that, maybe because of the fiendish delight that I took in flunking a piece of equipment. So that is a high bar that the ARRL laboratory and the organization will set for product review. If a thing is a good radio, they'll tell you they think it is. I remember one time too, they revealed a fraud, and they actually published it in QST. I will not specify what that fraud was, but it had something to do with antennas. So that's another way to help you decide, particularly with peripheral pieces of equipment. But if you're going to spend a lot of money on a piece of ham radio equipment, you do want to be sure that you don't end up spending it on, shall we say, a smoldering piece of crap. Stan Gibilisco W1GV, saying 73 and signing off for now from the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of Amateur Radio. So long.